Yo, man, what's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below. This video is entitled, Does equal pay mean equal work? I've been listening to these conversations all week, even the thing with the Monique. You know, wanting people to boycott Netflix. Women want equal pay. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But the question I have is it equal work? See, I go to work every day. And there are young ladies who say, you know, I can do anything a man can do. I should get paid the same price. And then when it's time to do something, they go, can you help me with this? So are we getting equal? Are we actually doing the same work if you need my help because I don't need your help? You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like people don't want to admit America has this capitalism thing in here. You know, it's a capitalistic country. So people get paid differently by the work they can do and the amount of money they generate, right? So do you want to get paid the same as a guy who can generate? If you and a guy generate the same amount of money, y'all should get paid the same, right? Right. But if you don't, why should you get paid the same? Men don't even get paid equally. Like, you know, if we're talking about jobs who get paid by the hour, I get paid by the hour, but I got coworkers who ain't shit. And they get paid the same amount as I do, and they may make more money than me because they bullshit all day long. Right? So should I say, you know, I'm not getting treated fairly because these non-working motherfuckers is here eating up the clock. They just getting money for nothing. I'm out here working and they out here bullshitting. You know, I'm going to need an extra 4 hours to get this shit done because I spent the last 4 hours on the clock doing nothing. Like, equal pay doesn't necessarily mean equal work, right? When you watch sports, that's like, pick any team. Today is Sunday. Football is going on. So the best player on the team should be paid equally to the worst player on the team. I'm on the team too. You on the bench. Don't nobody pay to see you. You're not who the team depends on to win the game every day. You know, you're not the one in practice doing it. You didn't earn this spot. That's why there's a league minimum and a maximum you can make. Because this is what you know, we should have a workforce minimum. Yeah, that's minimum wage, right? Minimum wage. And what you can make, that depends on you. And you got to understand that equal pay also constitutes what happens when you fall off and come back. You know, what happens to a person who you step back away from your profession and other people took your spot? You can't come back to the very same amount you was making before you left. You have to work your way back up to that spot. You know? That's what you used to make. You know? I mean, work and production isn't like Jesus. Like I died 2,000 years ago for your sins. Just chill. You know? But they're gonna be people. Jesus, that's my old shit. You died 2,000 years ago. Matter of fact, what the hell took you so long to come back? Shit, you rolled in 3 days, but you ain't came back for 2,000 years. Damn. But now we supposed to just fall in line like it was 4 days later. Just saying. You know, so you know, if you come back, you got to come back at a reasonable price. You know, you got to see what the market has how the market receives you. That's why when you see people who come back, it's like tentative, like they have to start small. You can use sports and entertainment as that. If somebody comes back and they're hurt, it's tentative. If a movie star comes back to movies, they don't take the star role. Like they take a part and they work their way back up to being a star again. You know what I'm saying? They got to take a pay cut until they become a star again. And I think that's the problem with equal pay, because like I said before, it doesn't necessarily mean equal work. And even if it's equal pay and somebody else does your work for you, then you don't give them the extra money. You don't say, yeah, I want to get paid exactly as much as you get paid for doing the exact same job. But if you help me get my job done, I need to cut you off a percentage of my earnings. That doesn't happen either. You get what I'm saying? That doesn't happen at all. So now what? What are we talking about? And part of the wage gap really is the willingness to work overtime. And a lot of times there are people who make more money than people, not because they even want to work overtime, but because they have other coworkers in a certain profession that don't come to work consistently, and it forces them to work over. And, those people aren't really compensated properly either, because you got to think about it. They're getting paid time and a half while you're getting paid to be at home. So you're getting paid your day. They're getting paid an extra half for a couple of hours when they've done your job for the day. You get what I'm saying? So they really don't get true compensation for that, because people like that need extra pay. And even with the female aspect of it, it's not often that you hear women picking up the slack for men. You hear men picking up the slack for men and men picking up the slack for women. You don't hear the vice versa. You don't hear that this guy calls in every day. This guy, this guy's on maternity leave. He's going to be gone for 3 months. But you know what? I say this. Maternity leave is a bad excuse for men to make, because that's what women get pregnant. So if she can't be at work because she has a pregnancy, then that's a bad excuse. I will say that's just going too far, because there are women who are bedridden, who are bedridden because of that, but then there are women who work through their whole pregnancy. Like it is what it is. It depends, and they can't be held accountable to that. But I guess that counts against the number, also though, and the same thing with the roles of equal pay for equal work. It's a certain culture that's outside of that also. Like, women want to get paid the same as men in general, but women still want the benefits. So if I make $100,000 and she makes $100,000, right? We got paid equally for the same job, but these same women still want the family support system. You get what I'm saying? I'm the baby of the family. You have to take care of me. But you make $100,000. But if your brother makes $100,000 too, he needs to take care of the family, right? You make $100,000 and you have a kid, and say you get divorced or you don't, or you're a single mother, you want child support with that $100,000, right? Because you equal pay, and that doesn't even. And even though now they factor in how much money you're making per year, also, but you can actually make $100,000 and a guy make $100,000 and he's held up to the $100,000 standard of percentages, and you get to keep your $100,000. That can still happen, So when it's time to go out on dates, you still expecting guys to pay. You're not a man if you don't pay. If you make $100,000, he make $100,000. Now he's supposed to pay. And if y'all get in a relationship, he's supposed to take the lion's share of the bills, but y'all have equal pay. But also, you expect this man to shower you with gifts and take you on dates and trips and roses and candies, the chivalrous stuff. But y'all got equal pay. But you're not expected to do anything for this guy. So just a societal thing. So you want equal pay for equal work per se, but I'm just saying equal pay at the moment. But you still want the benefits of a family support system, a societal support system, whether it's legally or whatever, patriarchal, chivalrous support system. But that doesn't count towards equal pay. Because you're getting money that you're not working. You're getting equal pay that you work for, and you're getting paid extra from society. And you get like the earned income credit tax benefits from it too. So you're getting money hand over fist, but you want equal pay. Because nobody ever factors into how much money a woman with equal pay will get. And then because women get mad because they want their cake and eat it too, like, well, we got to go Dutch. Well, if I make 100,000 and you make 100,000, we got a kid. We splitting the expenses. It's not, I got to pay you $1,500, $3,000 a month and now I'm living off of 7,000. That's taxed. It's even though it's 12 months in a year, but whatever. But I'm living off of just bear with me. I'm living off of the 7,000 a month that they got to take out of taxes. So now I'm making 70,000. You making 130,000 because you getting straight cash on this. So you actually making 6 figures a year you get income credit at the end of the year, and you get extra money for having a kid. You know what I'm saying? And people picking you up and taking you out and X, Y, Z. And your mom was watching the kids for free because a lot of you ladies, y'all don't pay y'all parents for taking care and y'all family for taking care of y'all kids. Y'all just don't. So, I'm just saying. This whole equal pay thing, I get it. I'm not tripping about it, but I'm just saying there are other factors to it. So, we out. Because it doesn't mean equal work. Because it doesn't look like women actually will work the same as men on any at all, period. So that's just my thoughts. We out.